Good morning and welcome back to Story Time. Good to see you all out there. Thank you so much for joining in as always. Yes, happy summer if it is your summertime, and of course if you're joining us from other parts of the world that are in different seasons, do enjoy that as well. Thank you so much. And yes, today we are reading Tuesday, and this one is written by Neil Gaiman and illustrations by Adam Rex. Thank you so much for joining us today, and it is good to be back. Yes, story time is back. Remember, a story a day makes you feel good. Oh yeah, it's some Mr. Libada wisdom right there. All right, here we go. Good morning to you, Sheba Chanda. How are you doing? Good to see you. Missed you a lot. Thank you so much for joining us. Harmony Beth, how are you doing? Good to see you with us today. Yes, I am so glad we are back together. Thank you so much for joining in. Anders and Ingrid, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining in. I hope you are having yourselves a lovely summer so far. Yes, joining us right here in Oakland. How are you doing? Nicole Flynn joining in with JJ and Frankie out in Lanzarote. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Thank you so much, Harmony. Much appreciated. I hope you're having yourself a lovely day. Yes, it is good indeed to be back. Ready for more stories. Chabala Jere, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Yes. Oh, Liz, look, how are you doing? And you said, my adult husbands are tuning in from West Auckland. Awesome. No, everybody, please. It's the young and the young at heart. Stories for everybody. Yes, a story a day indeed. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us right here in the neighborhood, West Auckland. Yes. Good morning to you, Nicole Flynn, one more time. Absolutely buzzing to be back. Yes. Jennifer Vedder, good morning to you. How are you doing right here in Auckland? Thank you for joining us. Declan in San Francisco, good to see you. And good morning to you, Elizabeth. How are you doing today? Ellen in Chicago, it is great to be back. Missed you. How are you doing? I had a good week off actually. It was great. Just biked a lot and yes, slept in and yeah, just got to enjoy it. It was good to turn off everything for a while, but glad to be back. Absolutely buzzing. Yes. Good morning to you, Ellen, one more time. Rita Bobita, thank you so much. And Talia in San Francisco, how are you today? Thank you for joining us. Anais in San Francisco, how are you? And Kate, how are you doing today? Good to see you with us. Thank you for joining in. Naima, how are you? And Cairo and Nia, how are you today? Good to see you. Good to be back. Lacey, how are you doing? And Veronica, good morning to you. Ingi Didi Mugamia, how are you doing? And you're joining in with Lenzu, Zangi, and Cousin Mungo joining in from Lusaka. And yes, and also Mami and Auntie Caro are in the house. Well, thank you. How are you both doing? How is everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Chikondi, Amikani, Malaika, and Yelesani from Lusaka. How are you doing? And yes, good evening to you, Chavala Jere. Thank you so much for joining in with the kids. Love those names. Chikondi, Amikani, Malaika, and Yelesani in Lusaka. How are you doing today? Zayana, how are you doing? And little Zion, how are you doing today? Good to see you with us. Thank you so much. Lacey in Auckland one more time. Camille, how are you doing? Miss saying your name, miss seeing you. How are you doing? Here out in Sunnyvale, you say, with baby Marco today. Where is Jayada? Miss you. Desmond and Gilroy, how are you doing? Good to be back. And of course, all the way out in Denmark, Kingsley Ezioma, how are you doing? And you're joining in with Sandra, Sopuru, Arinze, and Choco. Yes, love saying that one as well. Thank you. Good evening to you. Jonah and Leon, nice. Oh, good to see you. How are you doing, Jonah? Are you on the West Coast? Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining in. And Nancy Kaufman Cohen, thank you so much for joining in. And a big hug to the rest of the family. Thank you for joining. And Gaby, where are you? Ishmaelia Castro, good morning to you. And of course, good morning to you, Maria Antonia. Thank you for joining us. Benjamin, thank you, thank you. Good to be back. Good to be back, young man. Good to be back. Good to see you out there, Benjamin. Sheba Chanda, thank you so much. I missed you guys. Thank you so much, Kingsley. Much appreciated. Maria Antonia, thank you. Naima, love you back. Mikio, Isao, and Masi, glad to be with you. Yes, and you're joining in from SF, and you're saying it is cold out in SF. Oh, well, maybe I'll send some of the Auckland warmth down there. Yeah. But thank you for joining us. All right, let us get started with our story today. I hope everybody is having a great summer, if you're having summer, and of course a great time at this time. I know it is a little bit of a hard time, but yes, let us just remember to stay safe and also be thankful that we have family and friends around us that we could hug and of course stay in touch with. And if not, we have this great community to be together. Yes, and today we're reading Neil Gaiman's Tuesday and illustrated by Adam Rex. Let's go into that one. When Chu sneezed, bad things happened. Uh-oh. In the morning, Chu went with his mother to the library. I miss the library. There was old book dust in the air. "Are you going to sneeze?" said his mother. Uh-oh. No, said Chu. At lunchtime, Chu went with his father to the diner. There was a lot of pepper in the air. "Are you going to sneeze?" asked his father. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? No, said Chu. Later that day, Chu and his parents went to the circus. I will tell you something, said Chu. What's Chu have to say? Guess what, said Chu. But nobody listened. They were watching the circus. I think I'm going to sneeze, said Chu. Do you think anybody heard him? Achoo! Everything went flying. Oops, said Chu. Oops, indeed. After the circus, Chu went to bed. Yup, said Chu. That was a sneeze, all right. Good night. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one and had a good laugh indeed. That was Tuesday. Yes, absolutely can relate to some of those times when you just absolutely have to sneeze. But I see there from Lydia Yamaguchi, you say you sympathize with Chu and his sneezy nose. Yes, especially, like his allergies and all sorts of things that may cause us to sneeze. But yes, I hope you enjoyed that one. It is good to see you all. Good to be back. Thank you so much for joining in. Asta and Obsa, thank you for joining us. Yes, but remember that Storytime is back. We are back, we're back, and tomorrow we are here again with another story, and tomorrow we'll be reading Counting on Community by Inosanto Nagara. So do join us for that one. But absolutely love being back, and thank you to everybody that joined in as always. I hope you're having yourselves a lovely day out there. Thank you so much. Sonia Brantes, thank you for joining us. I am glad you are here. Thank you so much. Yes, and Lydia, good morning to you. Aster and Obsa, thank you for joining us. Rita Bobita, yes, thank you so much for joining us today. Yes, I will see you again tomorrow. Sheba Chanda, thank you so much for joining in that one. But that was Tuesday. But please do remember to join us tomorrow when we are back for Counting on Community. Find out what that one is all about. Thank you so much for joining us today, and it is absolutely great to be back. If you're interested in looking at the lineup for this week, please do remember John Veda, you caught me mid-sentence there. I will remember next time to sneeze in my elbow. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, great to be back. Thank you everybody for joining. And yes, if you want to see the lineup for this week, do go and check out the Storytime pages on Instagram and right here on Facebook as well, and see what we have this week. A great lineup. But tomorrow is Counting on Community. Thank you so much everybody for joining. It was good to be back and good to see your lovely names out there and just picture all those beautiful faces listening into Storytime. Yes, a book a day. Let's read together. Love books. From me, as always, it is much love. I absolutely missed you, and I will see you again in the morning. Bye-bye.